So here in Krita, we're going to have a look at how we create the equivalent of a smart object. So this is a layer where when you resize it down or resize it up, it doesn't lose any quality. So the first thing we're going to do is actually create a layer where when you resize it down and then back up, it's going to lose quality just to show what happens. So we'll jump into layer and import export. We're going to import a layer and we'll select one of these images here. We'll open this up and it's going to place this image on a paint layer up here. If we grab the transform option here, we can move this around and we can resize it holding down shift. We can keep it in proportion and we'll scale it all the way down. Now, when you're using the standard paint layer, if you scale it down and then right away scale it back up, then it will keep that quality. So if you accidentally import a layer, rescale it and scale it back up, you will be fine. If we, however, scale it down, we'll scale this one down, nice and small, and then we go away, we'll grab our brush tool, we'll do something else, and then we'll come back to that layer and resize it up, you'll see that we lose all the quality in that layer. So once you've gone through a few different steps, then you'll lose the quality of that layer. So how to avoid that? We'll use the undo option here. So edit undo, or on the Mac, Command and Z. So we'll just step back until we get the full quality image, and then we can use the transform tool to move it. Quickest way to make our file layer is to right click on our layer in the layers panel. We'll go to convert and convert to file layer. We'll get some options here, and basically it's putting the file layer into the same folder that my file layer Krita file is saved in. So I'll save that, click OK, and you can see we've got some options here for the compression of that new file layer. So basically it's creating a new layer, and we'll put it up to lossless so we never lose any quality. And then you can see we've got some other options here. We'll leave these all as is. We'll click OK. So now if we grab our transform tool, something else happens here. We can't actually transform this layer without adding a transform mask. So we're going to right click on this layer, come to add, and we're going to add a transform mask. So this mask basically controls the layer in the background there. So now you can see I'm actually selecting this transform mask, and here I can resize that image down. We'll resize it all the way down, nice and small. Hit enter. We'll do the same thing we did before. Come back to our paintbrush. We'll just paint something on here. Come back to our transform mask and our transform tool, and we'll scale this back up. And you can see we haven't lost any quality. So effectively this layer is linked. So you can see the little link option there, which actually means that if we go into that file and modify it, then it will update here within our project as well. So, and again, we've got our transform mask here, which allows us to control that layer. You'll also notice that if we right click here and go to add, we have a bunch of other masks that we can use. So a classic mask that we might use is a filter mask, where we can add some different filters to our layer. So for instance, here we're using the hue, saturation and lightness adjustment layer. So this is similar to adjustment layers in Photoshop. We can modify our layer. We can colorize it. We can kind of modify the saturation of that colorization, how light it is, and a variety of other things. And when we click OK, you'll see we'll get this other layer mask here. So transform mask for resizing things. And then also our filter mask for changing the color. If we right click on here and go to properties, then we can always change this filter mask. So we can change the color that we have on that tint, click OK, and we can turn these on and off. So if we don't want to transform it, we can simply turn off that transform option. If we don't want to colorize it, then we can turn off that filter mask. So these are non-destructive ways of working within Krita. So it's super useful. We can also add a file layer from our layers panel too. So if we go to add file layer, we can search for the file that we want to add. So rather than saving out a file, as you can see we've done here, it's actually just going to use that original file in the image. So we'll select no scaling there, we'll click OK, and it's going to pop it into our image here. So again, if we want to resize this, we would right click, come to add transform mask, and then here again with that transform mask layer selected, we can resize this, and again making sure we hold down shift so we keep things in proportion. We can move this around and control our image. We'll just come back to our paint layer here. It's going to select all and delete so we lose that squiggle, and we'll just scroll up again and we'll move this image across to the left here. So how to add and modify images within Krita. Obviously the transform mask will allow you to rotate your image too, and you've got some other cool options as well. So if I hold down Command, it's going to kind of rotate it a little bit like a 3D image. You can see I'm moving it around the middle or center axis there. So some useful tips for Krita there for working with layers, with file layers, and then also for adding filter masks or transform masks onto those file layers to adjust your image in a non-destructive way. Hopefully this is helpful. If you do have any questions, then please do get in touch.